Hi everybody, welcome back to my Fluid Art channel. My name's Claire. Really exciting painting I'm about to start. I'm doing a collaboration with an amazing fluid artist from America called Anna Blount. We seem to have lots in common, the two of us. We've been chatting lots. The main thing we've got in common, to be honest, is our artwork, because we both really enjoy embellishing paintings or doing something that's less abstract. So, for example, she's done a beautiful butterfly. She's done a beautiful seahorse painting. So we both quite like creating some sense or some pattern or a picture within our fluid art, or after we've done the pour, so on top of the pour or during the process of the pour. We've got a lot of similarities in our art, so it makes sense that we do a really fun collaboration which is just a bit nuts and a bit crazy, and somehow we have decided on the theme of birds. So she is going to interpret that however she wishes. My interpretation, I really want to do a hummingbird. Love hummingbirds, love their bright colours, kind of rainbowy colours. So my plan is a two-part plan. First part is to do a pour in quite neutral colours. So I've actually chosen Payne's Grey, the iridescent blue, black and silver. So three simple colours. And I'm going to use my split cup to do a ring pour. And then I'm going to embellish it afterwards, but probably not with paint. I'm thinking about using the textured paint on top of the pour to create the hummingbird. I think that's what I'm going to do. I might change my mind. I often change my mind, but that is my plan. So collaboration with Anna Blount. Her link will be in the description of this video. So check out her art channel, because she does some really crazy, really interesting, really fun things. But let's get on with the pour. Slight change of plan. My plan was to do Payne's Grey and the dark blue and then the white. I've decided that is way too dark for what I need. I've decided I needed a really pale soft background, so then the bird can be really bright and look like it's much more in the foreground. So it'd be bright and darker, and then pale and soft pastel-y colours for the background of the pour. So I've got very bland colours here, so this is going against the grain hugely, but I think this is what I need. So I've got a yellow here, which is Amsterdam Naples yellow deep, but I've added white to it, so it's much paler, so it's almost like a slightly yellowy creamy colour. I've got this one here is Amsterdam, I can't read upside down, Amsterdam Brilliant Green, but again I've added white. This one is Pebeo Studio Acrylics Chrome Green Hue, but again I've added white. And this one again is this chrome green hue but with a lot more white, so that's just like an off-white. I was going to include white, but I thought it just looked a bit too bright and stark. So three shades of very pale green and a very pale yellow. So I want this to look like the greenery. So hummingbirds are drawn to the flowers, which are obviously surrounded by greenery. So this is going to be the base, the greenery. So I'm going to pour this in. So it's quite nice and runny. I'll put the recipe in the description of the video, but just to try and show you again, it leaves a trace, but only for a second. I want it to be quite nice and fluid, so it will dry, hopefully it will dry nice and smoothly. And it will flow really nicely when I tilt it across the canvas. So I'm trying to get a similar amount in each chamber. I don't think I've ever done a pour with such pale colours. I'm using a 40cm square canvas. I've just hammered in the push pins at the back and checked that it was level. It wasn't completely level, so I've then just pulled out one of the push pins slightly and rechecked, and it is now level. So I'm going to do a ring pour. What I am hoping to do is ring pour in one direction, but then periodically I'm going to switch direction, and that would just get a mixture of the colours on all sides of the canvas. I might twist my hand around a little bit, I'm not sure yet. So little ring pour. See, there's a lot of the pale green at the top. So if I then just go the other way, can you see that that pale green now is coming round to the side? I'm going to twist around as well. Right, so far so good. I really like this. It's so subtle, so pale, but you can really see the rings and they look really pretty. So I'm going to torch it, get rid of the air bubbles. There's lots of air bubbles because I've only just mixed this. And if I get cells or little speckles, actually that's okay for this because it's a base, it's a background, so it's not going to be seen as much. Right, I'm going to tilt this out. I don't need to put any flow extender down because there's a lot of paint on here. It's quite heavy and the design is so repetitious, it doesn't matter if it rolls over the edge. I am so excited. I absolutely love this. So it's subtle, but for what I want, I'm so happy. I'm really glad I've added this yellow. It's really subtle, but it just adds just a little bit of extra. White, yeah, the white and the green, you've got the contrast. And I think that contrast will actually increase slightly as it dries because the colours always tend to darken. But it is just so soft and dreamy looking. So it's a beautiful pour, but it's not, I think it's not going to be too distracting when I put the hummingbird on top. This, yeah, really happy. And I love the composition. It's so, oh, sorry about my shadow. Where are the lights? There we go. I love the composition, how you've got a kind of curve here, but it's just very simple, very soft, very elegant. I think perfect for an embellishment. So I've just sketched out freehand the shape of a hummingbird and I've cut it out. So it's really useful to do. So then you can place this on your painting and decide exactly what angle, what position, where you'd like it. So what I'm imagining, my hummingbird here, and then some flowers and a tall flower here, which is what the hummingbird is getting the nectar from, and then some sort of shorter ones here, but maybe actually underneath the bird a little bit. I'll bring that down slightly. So I think that sort of position there would work well. So I'm just going to draw around. So I've got the image onto the canvas. I spent quite a long time trying to decide which way up to put this canvas because obviously it could go one of four ways. So I'm happy with the green lines going sort of horizontally above the hummingbird. But it did take me quite a while to decide which bits I wanted to show once all the embellishing's done. Now this is incredibly rough, but the good thing is I'm using a pencil so I can just rub it out any bits afterwards that I don't that end up showing. So I've sketched all my flowers on. I've got a little bit of paint ready. Now instead of just hand painting the flowers, I've seen a technique where you get a balloon. Oh, this is going to be a bit tricky. And then you turn it inside out. And then I've just got a marble and I'm going to put the marble inside the balloon. And then get an elastic band and just tie that around the marble. I've not tried this before, so I don't know if this will work. Okay, and then I'm going to turn the balloon back the right way round. So it creates this slightly, well, quite a pretty shape. And then I'm just going to blow the balloon up slightly. And then can you see you've got a sort of circle in the centre. Sorry, I don't know if you can see, with lots of lines. So I'm just going to tie a knot in that. Right, so I've tied my knot in. So I've got this. So I'm now just going to dip that into some paint. Right, too much paint on there. This is a good lesson. Right, now we're getting somewhere. So less is more. So I'm ready now to do my hummingbird. This will actually be attempt 2. I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit rough. So I'm going to use this, and this is what I used for the first attempt, some modelling paste by Pebeo. And I mixed it with some colours, and then I put it on, but I didn't like the result. It was just so bright and gaudy. I didn't like it, and I realised I'm actually able to peel it off. So there's little peelings of the paste and paint. So I decided I was going to go again. This will obviously only work because I'm going to use the paste again. This is now not smooth. It's not too bad, but it's not smooth. So I'd have to do something textured on top. So my plan B is to put some paste on. Keep it, I'm not going to mix any paint with it because it stays firmer without the paint. I'm going to put the paint on, the paste on, and I'm going to try and mould it. So I'm going to create some little ridges around the edge of the wings, so some texture to it, and then I'm going to hand paint it afterwards. I just didn't like what I was getting. It just looked a bit tacky, too bright, too colourful, which is odd for me to say. But yeah, just going to try differently. So I'm going to start with the back wing because that will obviously be underneath. So I'm going to have a little bit of texture to it, but it's going to be in the background. So the wing in front will obviously have more. It will be raised more. So I'm just using a palette knife just to try and smooth it into the right position, and then I will probably use a paintbrush to get a bit more fine detail in what I'm doing, and maybe some feathers, some lines, some different brush strokes to create some different textures. So this piece is now completely finished. So it's taken me a while. It's taken sort of several sittings to finish, but I'm so happy with the result. And most of all, I just really enjoyed it. I just enjoyed the whole process. So you can see how the background, the base, is just very kind of tranquil, sitting there behind the bird. And I think it looks really pretty. The colours are perfect. The paleness is just perfect. Loving the flowers. You can see it really worked. I've got a really pale flower, then slightly darker, and then darker again, to just try and give some sense of context and depth. So the darker one is supposed to look like it's in the middle. I would say I think this one looks further back, but that's just because it's smaller. And then, yeah, really happy with my leaves as well. Then so happy with my hummingbird. You can see the texture. Can you see there in the top? Here, you can see the texture from that modelling paste, and then the colour over the top. So I've really tried to blend the colours, but add the little highlights there you can see in the turquoise. There's a lot of texture in the end of the tail there, so that I think it looks quite feathery. And then with the wings, I tried to get the texture of the feathers at the edges, but then lots of lines, just to represent the rows of feathers, really. And then the ridges around the edge. The bird itself, the hummingbird, is really quite iridescent because there's pearl. That white is a pearl white, and in the turquoise, there's some iridescent turquoise in there. So actually, there's really quite a lot of shimmer. Really like the green as well. So the green, I think, really accents the green from the leaves. I think the colours just all blend. So the purple from the flowers and the purple from the bird. So I'm so happy with it. The little eye with his little light reflex, the little pupil there, and the beak. Really pleased with it. It was so much fun. I loved doing something completely different, being totally out my comfort zone with the modelling paste, and even with the flowers. I've not done those, made creative flowers like that before, so I'm so happy. So now if you look in the description of this video, you'll find the link to Anna Blount's video. So click on that. She's done an amazing piece with a bird, totally different idea to mine, totally different technique. She's implemented it totally different way. So do please check out her video. What a fun collaboration. I think this might be the first of several or many collaborations between the two of us. Great, thank you so much for watching. Please let me know what you think. I would love to hear any comments you've got. Please, if you like it, please do hit the thumbs up button. Great, thanks for watching. Bye.